Whenever we're ready, Mr. Page.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. The Board of Liquor License Commissioners for Baltimore City proceedings will begin. The board is now in session. There being no preliminary matters on the docket, other than, Mr. Chairman, a request for case number 1 and case number 18 from the attorney representing the applicants will be called in that order. So I'll call the first case, 616 President Street. This is a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1604, small c, number 2, small I, requiring $700,000 in capital investment, fixtures and facilities, 65% food sales, seating capacity for a minimum of 150 people. This is a request for live entertainment and outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Morning.
Good morning. Anastasia Thomas, Nardangeli, on behalf of the applicant, James Joyce, Baltimore LLC, and Aaron Taylor, who is standing to my left. I've also got Alex Smith, who is an owner and one of the managers of the restaurant, and both will be presenting testimony.
Okay. Would you raise your right hands, gentlemen, please?
Over here. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
All right. Counsel, you want to begin?
This application is for a license for 616 South President Street for a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. I'd like to proffer that there is a minimum investment of over $700,000 and a seating capacity that will exceed 150 seats. Mr. Smith will present testimony to that effect. I would like to further proffer that there is a public need and desire for the license, that there is nothing like this in the immediate vicinity, and the issuance of the license will have a positive impact upon existing businesses and the overall welfare of the community. Again, Mr. Smith will testify to that effect. I'd like to introduce Mr. Smith now and let him provide you with testimony.
You want to tell us what the concept is, please?
Sure. It's an Irish pub. James Joyce was closed during the pandemic in December of 2020. It sat vacant for 2 years in the Harbor East neighborhood. We were tasked to release it and invest capital in it and try and revive it. So we intend to revive it as an Irish pub, but remodeled on the inside with large capital investment, new team, new chef, and hope to invigorate the area.
And it will be 65% food sales?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And will you be open by Bloomsday?
We're hoping to open at the end of the month, sir.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
Okay. Did you want to have other testimony, Ms. Nardangeli?
I would like to introduce Mr. Aaron Taylor, who is the applicant, and he can testify as to the concept and menu and answer any additional questions.
And can you tell us a little bit about your background, please?
I'm the corporate chef at Atlas Restaurant Group. We're going to reconcept the menu, traditional Irish fare menu, pub menu, very fresh ingredients, high quality product, and just reinvigorate the food program at James Joyce.
Okay. Again, any questions?
None.
Okay. Anything further? All right. Thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and the testimony received, I vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment and outdoor table service. Commissioners?
I also approve the application based on the information received and proffer given by the attorney and other testimonies. I approve the application for a Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license. Also, the request for live entertainment and outdoor table services.
Yes, based on testimony and materials provided today, I also vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license and the request for live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right. Thank you. Good luck,
Good luck.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Counsel, are you going to stay here for your next case?
Correct.
We're going to call case number 18 on the docket, Waterfront Hotel, 1710 Thames Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. This is a request for transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705, small b.
Once again, please.
Good morning, Anastasia Thomas Nardangeli on behalf of the applicant, who was previously approved for a transfer of a liquor license. I'd like to make one clarification for the record that the existing restaurant has been open and has not closed since the current owners acquired the restaurant last year, technically December of last year. And they have been operating the restaurant under the old liquor license. They have been in the process of performing a build-out, and now they are seeking a hardship extension because that build-out has been delayed for numerous reasons. I will ask Mr. Alex Smith again, and I also have Mr. Vasilios Sirkos to present testimony and answer questions of the board. Should we swear them?
He's already sworn. Can we raise your right hand, please?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Did you have questions for them, or you want them to testify?
Well, I wanted to ask Mr. Smith to give the board a brief explanation of why the build-out's taking so long, and just to clarify, until the build-out's complete, the applicant is not able to get a UNO permit, which prevents the applicant from actually getting the license, the new license, or the transfer of license. So I'm going to can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, so we started to just remodel the second floor while the first floor continued to operate. And on the second floor, we ordered FF&E, furniture, fixtures, and some equipment. And because of just the nature of how things are with COVID and manufacturing slowdowns, we just received a light fixture that we ordered 7 months ago, just this week. So we didn't want to bring anybody through the building for a UNO until that was completed. And that's why we are applying for this extension.
Your letter says it's nearly complete. Is it nearly
Yes.
complete? Okay.
Yeah, we'll be done in the next 30 days, I think, right?
Yeah,
45 days.
About 30 to 45 days, yeah.
Okay. Did you have anything to add, sir?
No, just that, we're just, trying to keep the historic part of the building together, so we're taking our time, we're not rushing it, so it's taking a little longer than we expected.
Okay. Commissioners?
No questions.
None.
All right. Thank you. Anything further? Okay.
No, sir.
All right. On the basis then of your letter of August 18, 2022, Ms. Nardangeli, and the testimony received this morning, I vote to approve a 90-day transfer hardship extension for this license. Commissioners?
I also approve the transfer hardship extension for 90 days based on your letter dated August 18th, 2022.
Yes, based on the testimony, letters, and the material provided today, I also approve the request for a transfer hardship extension of 90 days.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's return to the regular docket. Mr. Page?
We're going to go back in order, calling case number 2, Top Golf, 1411 Warner Street. This is a Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1604, small c, number 5, small I, requiring 40% in food sales, no off sales for off-premise consumption, but may include off-site privilege for sales of refillable containers under a refillable container license issued, and seating capacity for a minimum of 150 people, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leanne Schreckengoss with Royston, Muller, McLean, and Reed, here on behalf of Topgolf.
Good morning. You want to tell us about this?
Certainly.
Are you going to have him testify?
We should probably have him sworn in just in case.
Would you raise your right hand, please, sir?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your full name and address for the record.
Yep, full name's Christopher Gobiel. I live in 6 Chelsea Courts, New Freedom, Pennsylvania, 17349.
How do you spell your last name, sir?
Gobiel, G-O-B-E-I-L.
Okay, thank you.
And if it's okay with you, I will proceed by way of proffer.
Go ahead, please.
As indicated by Mr. Page, this is an application for a new Class B license for the Topgolf facility that's being constructed over near the Horseshoe Casino and M&T Bank Stadium. If you've driven by there recently, you can see it's actually almost there. Looking for a late October, early November opening date. The facility, it's got 3 restaurants and it's a 3-story building. There's 65,000 square feet. There's 90 golf hitting bays, which have an electronically tracked driving range game. There is wait staff to all of the 90 hitting bays, as well as the 3 restaurant areas. There's a restaurant on each level of the facility, and there's also private event space. It will have seating for well over the 150. In fact, one of the restaurants alone has seating for 150.
No, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay. They will have approximately 500 employees.
It's like one of those things under the old dining room
I'll
tables
speak loud
that
more.
you step on at dinner.
This has got to be a candid camera or something.
So all of the employees undergo in-house alcohol awareness training. I provided a brief RAS standards of what that internal alcohol awareness training is. So they all go through that upon hiring, and then every 6 months thereafter, they go through the internal alcohol awareness training. On top of that, all of the managers and team leaders go through a state-approved alcohol awareness training program. So there will always be at least multiple people on site who have had the state-approved alcohol awareness training. The facility's carding policy is to card anybody who appears under the age of 35, and they do not accept vertical IDs. The current proposed hours of operation are Sunday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to midnight, and then on Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. They obviously chose the location in Baltimore because of where it's sitting in the middle of the entertainment complex. It's right there between the casino, M&T Bank Stadium, a walking distance to Camden Yards. So it's just adding to the overall entertainment experience there. Plus, it's visible right from 395, so it was a great location. They also, as far as accommodation of the public, it's, you know, in addition to providing the gaming experience, the dining, they will have live entertainment on occasion on the patio areas. They have also entered into an agreement with the Baltimore Development Corporation to enhance the Gwynn Falls Trail, which sits behind the Horseshoe Casino. The park and the trail is part of their agreement with the city. So they will be doing that as part of their, I think most of that's already done, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I just interrupt for one second?
Certainly.
Are you being able to pick up the audio?
Barely, I mean, it's,
Yeah, can I ask you to try to, we're on TV and
I'll try to speak up.
Okay, lean into the mic, please.
You got it. So because it's a unique experience, it's a unique concept, it's not going to have an adverse impact of any of the surrounding licensees, nor will it have any it will not unduly disturb the peace, safety, or harmony of the neighborhood. As mentioned before, they're there to actually improve the neighborhood. I will proffer for the board that both of the applicants are fit and proper. Mr. Davenport is actually the CFO of Topgolf, and Colin Hanzo is the local city resident. Both of them also hold the Topgolf licenses in Montgomery County. So they have been undergone their background checks, are well aware of their responsibilities as license holders, and have also received copies of this board's rules and regulations and understand what it means to be a city license holder. So for all those reasons, I would ask that the board approve this license.
So I've never been to a Topgolf. Maybe you can explain to me. So people go there to use these driving ranges primarily?
Yes, sir. It's we're gonna have 90 driving ranges in the location. So it's a fun way for people that are professionals to come out and work on their game, as well as new time individuals, kids coming out and having fun with the digital aspect of what we can add to it.
And are they served, is that, so what's the role of the restaurant in connection with that? Is that something besides the driving range, or are the people in the driving range ordering things? And oh.
So we'll have common areas throughout the space for people to come out, order food and beverages, as well as people coming to the individual bays, making sure that they get served while they're playing a game.
And what does it cost to use a driving range?
Depends on the time of the day. We kind of range it out due to the busyness of the week. So daytime's a little bit more affordable, usually around $45, and it goes up to $55. during
How
the
long
nights
do you
and
get the
weekends.
use for $45?
It's per hour, and it can be up to 6 people per bay. So
Okay. Interesting. Commissioners, you have questions?
I just want to state that I appreciate and impressed with your brand protection, your RAS standards. Thank you.
thank you.
Just one question.
Sir.
How do your format prevent younger kids from violating the liquor board regs and rules?
Of course. So just like with a restaurant hospitality, we have people on site that wouldn't serve, as well as having managers walk around each floor designated to make sure that all rules and regulations are being adhered to.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but each bay is assigned a specific waiter or waitress. So there's always somebody coming in and out to make sure that the alcohol is not being passed.
And we usually have 2 managers on each floor as well, just to make sure that we're monitoring those 30 bays for each floor to make sure that we, again, are adhering to those rules and regulations.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing further.
Okay. Thank you. Then, on the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, the testimony received, and the exhibit which will be received indicating your seating capacity and the location map, as well as the standards that Commissioner Reisinger referenced, the brand protection RIS standards. I'd vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment and outdoor table service. Commissioners?
Based on the application received, all documents received also, proffered by the council, and another statement made, I also approve the application for a Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table service. Good luck.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, I also vote to approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also the request for live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Ms. Russell?
I post this for the record. Board Exhibit 1, seating capacity, 2, RAS standards, and 4, furniture plan / location map.
Thank you. Council, good luck.
Very much. Appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Red Emma's Bookstore, Coffee House, 3128 Greenmount Avenue, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B, beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1603, small c, number 1, small I, requiring $200,000 in capital investments, a seating capacity for a minimum of 75, and the only ancillary service requested at this time, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, is off-premise catering.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Mary Al-Khatib. I am one of the co-owners of Red Emma's Cooperative Corporation, which operates Red Emma's Bookstore Coffee House. I have with me Andy Scotty, who is one of the co-owners, and we're also joined by a representative from Councilwoman Odette Ramos's office, who would like to read a letter of support into the record.
Ask all of you to raise your right hands, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
Yes.
Do you want to proceed?
Yes, thank you. Red Emma's is a vegetarian restaurant and bookstore. We've been in operation in Baltimore City since 2004. We have operated in 3 prior locations. We've held liquor licenses at 2 of those, at 30 West North Avenue, and most recently at 1225 Cathedral Street. Those locations have closed. We have moved out of those, and we have purchased the building at 3128 Greenmount. We have put a considerable amount of investment into renovating that building, and that will become the permanent home for Red Emma's. We will have
It's in Waverly, right?
It's in Waverly, yes. It's on Greenmount Avenue. And we've actually provided a letter of support from the Better Waverly Community Association, which is the community association closest to our location. We also have provided a letter of support from Waverly Main Street, which is the Main Streets program, and they indicate as well our commitment to being in communication with all of the neighborhood associations and all of the communities surrounding our location. It's a 98 seat restaurant. And with an associated bookstore. Our hours of operation are from 8:30 in the morning, because we're a coffee shop, until 10 p.m., so we're an early closer. Food sales actually make up about 80% of our revenue.
These licensees were on another license.
Correct,
right?
1225 Cathedral
Is that
Street.
transferring?
So we have, there's an attorney working on behalf of the new tenant who is about to submit the transfer application for 1225 Cathedral Street, as we are no longer operating there.
Okay, so that, whatever was going on there is not in operation at the moment.
Correct. Yes, we have not operated that location since earlier this year.
Okay. And did you want to have these gentlemen, do you want to read your letter?
Yeah, sure. One moment while I get it.
And can you, once again, identify yourself for the record?
Thank you. Go take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gabriel Stewart Sykowitz. I'm Councilwoman Ramos's legislative director. Thank you for the opportunity to convey her enthusiastic support for Red Emma's Bookstore and Coffee House located at 3128 Greenmount Avenue. She's extremely excited to have Red Emma's in the district. They'll be part of the ongoing renaissance of Greenmount Avenue and complement the vibe of the neighborhood. I know they will be a strong partner for the work on Greenmount as a destination for residents across the city, but also meeting the needs of the immediate neighborhood. They'll bookend a very active block, one side, the other side of which the town hall is being renovated. A new mural is coming in. We have lots of active neighbors and lots of lively small businesses. But their stability on the block will hopefully bring in folks to fill in all the vacant properties, and they will also have lots of different events as well as serve as a community space.
I thought the metaphor was appropriate.
Thanks.
Thank you. So is it going to be a typical bookstore, or does it have a special slant to it?
So we're named after Emma Goldman, so we obviously have a left political component, but we focus on a lot of political theory, feminism, queer and gender studies. It's actually a pretty broad collection.
Okay. And did you want to ask this gentleman something?
Have anything to add?
I don't have anything to add, but I'm happy to answer questions.
Okay. Do the commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
None.
Okay. All right. Anything further?
No.
All right. Thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffers and the testimony received, as well as the letters of support that are in the record and the letter from Councilwoman Odette Ramos that was presented, I'd vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with off-premises catering. Commissioners?
Based on the application received, proffer by the attorney, you are the attorney? Proffer given by-
Co-owner.
Co-owner, any other testimonies? I also approve the application for a Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, requesting live entertainment.
The only request at this time, Mr. Commissioner, is
It's just for
off-premise catering.
off-premises catering.
That's all?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me cross through this, please. I approve the application for a Class B, I'm sorry, I approve the application for off-premise catering.
It's a Class B with off-premise catering,
Correct.
right?
Let me do it again then.
Okay.
I approve the application for a Class B with off-premise catering.
Amazing.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Commissioner?
Yeah. Based on the testimony, materials, and letters of support from the community, Main Street, and from the councilwoman, I also approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also the request for off-premise catering.
Ms. Russell?
Thank you very
For the
much.
record, letter of support from Councilwoman Ramos dated 9/8/22.
Thank you. Good luck, folks.
Thank you.
And get that other transfer done. Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Mind Pub, 554 East Fort Avenue, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application for a new Class B, beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-903, small c, number 2, small I, requiring $500,000 in capital investment, 51% food sales, seating capacity for a minimum of 75, but not more than 150 individuals, requesting off-premise catering. Please come forward.
Good morning, sir. Would you
Hi.
state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, I'm Todd Marks.
You're one of the applicants.
I am the owner and applicant, yes.
You raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, Mr. Marks, you want to tell us about this application?
Yeah, so this application is for 554 East Fort Ave in Riverside and Locust Point. Several years ago, I was looking at expanding my tech company. I own a tech company called MindGrub Technologies, also in Locust Point. My wife's been in the food and restaurant industry her whole life. And I've always given back to the community, and I saw a restaurant there which was previously called Rachel's that had sat for a year or two pre-COVID, and the building was really falling apart, and I thought it'd be a really great addition to the community, and with my wife's support to bring it back as a restaurant. And so we've invested over $500,000 in fixing it. They hadn't heated it for several winters, and it caused quite a bit of damage. Invested over $500,000. We have 75 seats for occupancy. We've been operating for a year now. It's been a huge success in the community. The community absolutely adores it. We are open from 8 a.m. to 2. We're breakfast and lunch. We're open Tuesday through Sunday. We close on Monday. And the community really was the ones that came to us and said, we want mimosas and Bloody Marys, particularly on Sundays. So we're applying for a new Class B liquor license to start adding alcohol. We're currently 100% food service. We have about 6 staff. And we hope to be able to add beer and alcohol.
And do you run it, or does your wife run it? Who runs this?
My wife runs it.
And what is her name?
Nikki McGowan. I'm the part-time plumber and mechanic and anything else that's needed around there. But I currently operate Mind Grub Technologies as my day job.
Mr. Ephraim's a city resident on the license?
He is.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
And we do have a letter of support from Riverside Neighborhood Association.
Absolutely, yeah. The community is very much in favor of this.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Marks. So on the basis then of materials contained in the application, your testimony, the letter of support from the Community Association, and based on a successful year of operation, I vote to approve this application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with off-premises catering. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and letter of support, I also approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license requesting off-premise catering.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today and the letter of support from the RNA Association, I approve the application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license and the request for off-premise catering.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits.
All right, thank you, Mr. Marks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Needs Bake Shop, 506 South Central Avenue, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An amended application for a new Class B, beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license under Article 12-1604, small c, number 2, small I, requiring $700,000 in capital investment, 65% food sales, seating capacity for a minimum of 150 people, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Good morning. Caroline Hecker, Rosenberg, Martin Greenberg. On behalf of the applicant, I am joined by Kieran Nisley and Patty Berkey, who are our individual licensee applicants.
Good morning. You've just handed us a packet which will be received in evidence. Do you want them sworn?
I'd like to proceed by way of a proffer. I'm happy to have them sworn in case there are questions.
That's okay. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. As Mr. Page mentioned, this is an application for a new Class B restaurant license for 506 South Central Avenue. The packet of exhibits that I handed out includes some photographs of the property, including an aerial image. You'll see the property is located at Central Avenue and Fleet Street along the Central Avenue corridor. There's an existing 27,000 square foot brick building there that was last occupied by Laureate Education. The property was purchased by an affiliate of the applicant in 2019. There's an article from the Baltimore Business Journal that talks a little bit about the acquisition of the property. It's right in the heart of this sort of expansion of Harbor East, sort of north end, I guess that's eastwards of the harbor. It's across from the new Avalon Bay apartment building and just down the block from the new Whole Foods and across from the new True Hilton by Hilton Baltimore Harbor East Hotel. The Needs Bake Shop is the latest venture of Baltimore's H&S Bakery family. Ms. Nisley is a member of the Patarakis family, and she is going to be taking over the operation of the new Cafe Bake Shop. We've included in the file the floor plans for the establishment. You'll see it's largely indoor, but there is a small outdoor seating portion at the intersection of Central Avenue and Fleet Street. There are also some renderings of the proposed restaurant in the file. The restaurant will operate from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. It'll offer a combination of traditional baked goods, salads, sandwiches, toasts, flatbreads, other breakfast specialties. There is a menu in the file. They are planning to offer live entertainment, live music, Saturdays and Sundays during brunch, the occasional evenings. They also plan to host baking classes for youth in Baltimore. There's an article from the Baltimore Fish Bowl I think that talks about the Bake Lab that they are proposing that'll have programs for children, and they are also planning to offer beer and wine tastings for adults in the evenings. They plan to card all customers who come in to avoid serving alcoholic beverages to minors. The project represents about $5 million in privately funded capital investment. There is a capital investment breakdown in the file. They plan to hire approximately 40 full and part-time employees. Ms. Nisley, as I mentioned, is a partial owner of the business and our Baltimore City resident licensee. Ms. Berkey has also served on licenses in the city in the past. Both applicants are familiar with the rules and regulations of the Liquor Board and agree to abide by them. There is a public need and desire for the license. The H&S Bakery is an institution in Baltimore, adding this cafe to their projects in the Harbor East Fells Point community does add a unique element to the amenities in the area. We're not expecting there to be any adverse impact on other licensees in the area. This is the Harbor East area is very commercial. There are other licensees, but this is a unique offering. We don't expect it to have any negative impact on public health, safety, or general welfare. So for all of these reasons, we would request that the board approve the application for the new Class B license. We're certainly happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Could you talk about the seating?
Oh, I'm sorry. There is a floor plan in there. There are 152 indoor seats and 12 outdoor seats. The seating is largely on the first floor. There's a second floor mezzanine that has some additional soft seating as well.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
Did you want to present anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. On the basis then of the materials contained in this amended application, as well as the proffer from council and the exhibits, which are include all the relevant information that we need, I'd vote to approve this amended application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license with live entertainment and outdoor table service. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed in the amended for this use and the exhibits received in the package today and the proffer given by the attorney, I also approve the amended application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, requesting live entertainment and outdoor table services.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, I also vote to approve the amended application for a new Class B beer, wine, and liquor restaurant license, and also the request for live entertainment and outdoor table service. That's how I vote. But, Mr. Chair, I just want to say to Ms. Hecker, with all this information, I feel like I'm on land use.
Are you having flashbacks?
Thank you. Ms. Russell?
Yes. Board Exhibit 1, business plan.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the presentation and good luck.
Harbor East Cinemas, 800 Alisana Street, also known as 645 President Street. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment.
Thank you.
Good morning again. For the record, Caroline Hecker, Rosenberg, Martin Greenberg. On behalf of the applicant, I am joined by Kristen Sullins, our individual license.
You want to proffer? Or
Yes,
you?
please. This is an application to transfer the existing BD7 license at the movie theater in Harbor East, located at 800 Alisana Street. This license was originally operated as Landmark Theaters in Harbor East. I actually worked on the original transfer of the BD7 to this location back in 2007. I've handed up a series of exhibits to the board for your reference. The first exhibit in that file talks about the original opening of the movie theater. It was a great addition to Harbor East as Harbor East was just sort of starting to be redeveloped. And it's been very successful. However, they were forced to close during COVID. And so the theater was set, unused and vacant for a couple of years because of the pandemic restrictions on movie theaters and places of public gathering. During that time, the property owner took the opportunity to renovate the theater, and they have a new operator who's going to be operating it when it reopens, hopefully later this fall. I've included in the file some renderings of the redeveloped interior, as well as a capital investment breakdown showing about $1.7 million in capital investment. As well as an article from the Baltimore Business Journal talking about the theater reopening under new management. It'll operate as Harbor East Cinemas in lieu of the former Landmark Cinemas. The new operator is Flagship Premium Cinemas. We are decreasing the seating capacity in the theater to make it a little bit more spacious in response to concerns from the pandemic about close proximity. So there'll be about 700 seats in the theater compared to the old theater's 1,400 seats. There will also be a sort of a seat, it is a seating area for sit-down dining in the lobby area. There is a menu in the file that you'll see. In addition to popcorn and candy and the normal stuff that you would have at a movie theater, they are offering more substantial meal options, hamburgers, hot dogs, that type of thing. They're planning to operate from about 11 a.m. to 12 midnight, which may vary slightly depending on the movie times, the length of the movies. They have hired a new manager. Her name is Erica Coleman. She'll manage the theater operations. She is TIP certified, and the theater will require that all of the staff be TIP certified as well. We've also included in the file their policy for carding everyone who comes in and orders an alcoholic beverage. They're very sensitive to that and want to make sure that everyone that only people who are over 21 are consuming alcoholic beverages. Ms. Sullins was on the license before under the former operator. She's going to stay on the license. This is just a transfer of ownership to a different entity, but she is a Baltimore City resident and she has served on the license in the past. She is familiar with the rules and regulations of the liquor board and agrees to abide by them. There is a public need and desire for this license. It's been very successful in the past at the theater. We want to continue that operation. It is a unique operation in Harbor East. There aren't, in fact, that many theaters in Baltimore to begin with, and having this amenity in the downtown area is unique and great for everyone. We don't think it will have any negative impact on health, safety, welfare of anyone in the vicinity or the larger city at large. So for all of those reasons, we would request that the board approve the transfer of ownership of the license.
And has the public been coming back to theaters?
We hope that they will start very soon. The theaters hope we're going to open this fall. That's the plan. I think, from what I read in the news, I understand that people are generally coming back to theaters. We hope that will be the case at this location as well.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, as well as the extensive proffer and all the exhibits which have been received, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and documents received today, I approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment.
Yes, based on the testimony materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership of the BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continuation of live entertainment.
Ms. Russell?
Board Exhibit 1, business plan.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Hecker. Good luck to you.
Thank you
Ms.
very much.
Sullins.
Three of a kind, 3301 Foster Avenue. Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership, request and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of the applicants. Ruben Arizmendi is to my immediate right, and Lance Bixler is to my far right.
Will they be testifying, or are you going to proffer?
I will proffer.
Okay.
First of all, I want to point out that on the docket, somebody else's LLC got on our list for some reason, but the corporate name is Bottoms Up Canton LLC, trading as Three of a Kind. And I think somebody else on the
Is that
docket.
just a typo, or did we?
It's a typo.
Okay.
Just wanted to point it out.
Okay.
Mr. Kadensky went crazy and called me when he first saw it that it was one of his clients or something like that. Anyway, this location, 3301 Foster Avenue, has been a neighborhood tavern for quite some time. It is currently open and operating, and Mr. Bixler has been the manager employee for the past 4 years. He had an opportunity to buy the business from his now boss, and he has brought in Mr. Arizmendi, who is going to be the fixer-upper guy and do the books guy, and then there's another investor, Wayne Scott, who's not a licensee, but he's purely going to be an investor. The operation is going to continue to operate as it currently does. However, a few owners ago, someone discontinued the kitchen, and they're going to continue to operate and open. They're not going to close to do renovations, but they're going to do renovations to put in a working kitchen and offer informal bar food as well as the tavern operation. The current hours are Monday through Sunday, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. They already have their arrangements with the landlord. They've entered into a new lease, and with the board's approval, we plan to hit the ground running.
Okay, and did you say that the people who handle the alcohol are all going to be certified?
Yeah, he's been there 4 years. He has a current alcohol awareness certification, and we will make sure that that's kept current. He understands all the requirement, what's required of him for serving the public.
Okay, and we've been handed also a letter of support from Monica Scarpack. Do you
I
know
saw that letter. That was quite
quite
colorful.
Do you know Monica
We don't
Scarpack?
know her, but we're appreciative.
Okay, well, it will be received. Do commissioners have questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Priebus. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application and your extensive proffer, as well as the exhibits received, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and proffer given by the attorney, I also approve the application to transfer ownership, requesting outdoor delivery of alcoholic beverage for this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership and the request for delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Thank you very much.
Let's exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, love support from community member.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Bone, 2821-23 O'Donnell Street, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning.
Dear Chairman, my name is Hewon Chung, and the applicant is not represented by the attorney, but please allow me to help help my client applicant with as a application preparer and the interpreter, please.
Okay, can you all raise your right hands, please?
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to?
Hi, good morning. My name is Alexis Lee, the owner of K Barbecue, trade name Bone. This is Mr. Terry Green, the applicant, city applicant resident. And this is Ms. Chung.
Good morning.
The application is a transfer of BD7 license on 2821 to 2823 O'Donnell Street. I'd like to sell beer, wine, and liquor for on-premises consumption with Korean-style barbecue food. Currently, they serve Mexican and Indian, but we're going to change our cuisine. Inside, there will be a bar with long-shaped counter and stools, and also there will be a lounge area. And there will not be fixed barrier between the bartender and the customer to drink alcohol. All customers will have access to tavern portion. Currently, I do not have a plan to have a packaged goods area to sell it, and no outdoor sitting and no live entertainment music. There are approximately 100 sitting. Hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. And then I have also a Canton Community Association support letter.
Yes, we've received that, so it will be,
okay.
it'll be entered in evidence.
That's it.
Okay, this license was suspended back in July, so I guess the community is looking forward to a transfer on this and a new chapter.
I believe so.
Okay, commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
All right, did you have anything to add, ma'am? All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, testimony received, as well as the letter of support from the Canton Community Association, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and information statements, support given by the community, and the support given by the community. I also approve the beer, wine, and liquor license transfer at this location.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, and also the letter of support from the Canton Community Association, I also vote to approve the application to transfer ownership.
Ms. Russell?
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, letter of support from Kane Community Association, and Exhibit number 2, floor plan.
Thank you. Good luck to you folks. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I gotta do my homework.
Great job.
It's okay.
Unity Bar and Restaurant, 111 West Center Street. Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. Application to transfer ownership from a contract purchaser with continuation of live entertainment, outdoor table service, requesting off-premise catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Morning.
Abraham Hurdle on behalf of Unity Bar, trading, well, I guess trading as Unity Bar, Fezzi LLC is the entity. With me is Mr. Michael Fisaha, who is the sole licensee of this location.
Are you going to proper for us?
I am.
Go ahead, please.
Mr. Fisaha has actually been operating this location for some time. There was kind of a goofy transition from the previous operator to him. He is alcohol awareness certified. All staff that handle alcohol going forward will be alcohol awareness certified upon the transfer being completed. They did significant renovations in the space before taking over. This was the former Italian restaurant. There's an Italian deli nearby, and I apologize, Trinacria, has a location, I believe, on Paca Street.
Yes.
They also have this location, which was more of a restaurant. They've done significant renovations to it since that time, mostly just cosmetic, but it's made a huge difference in how it is. And the landlord plans to put in kind of garage doors on the outside. These gentlemen are seeking to carry on the restaurant and live entertainment, as well as outdoor table service, which is how they've been operating in the past. He's got significant experience in the industry and will continue to operate it. We have had communications with the neighborhood. They sent me over an MOU the other day. I think the last couple things we're trying to iron out are mostly the hours, and I think there was a discussion that no live entertainment would be outside of the actual premises, which is something that we're perfectly comfortable in terms of doing.
Which community association is it?
I believe it's the Mount Vernon Belvedere Group.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. We've been talking with Divya and Jack, I guess, are the two individuals up there at the moment.
So there's a potential MOU?
Yeah, I had a draft, I think, on Tuesday. It's just been one of those weeks, as they say.
There were some violations for sanitation and whatever earlier in the year.
Yeah, I think that did happen. Well, I think there were some things that happened early in the year, and I think these gentlemen were actually here just a couple weeks ago, and there was some confusion in terms of payment, which was my fault in the end. So that I think they ended up paying on the 30th day, and that was, again, my fault. We've resolved all those issues. Some of those things I think are just kind of growing pains in terms of transitions. It's a really nice place. I've actually been there 3 or 4 times. The food's very, very good. It presents very, very well. And I think it's certainly drawing in more business than the previous occupant. I think it certainly brings life to that corner, because on the other side is the Mount Vernon Marketplace, which is fantastic. On this corner, it's always been kind of quiet.
And is it an Ethiopian restaurant? Or?
No. They have kind of a general menu. I think they do a lot of pasta and Italian food. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, commissioners have questions?
Yeah.
Please.
Go ahead.
Are you going to make the MOU part of the license?
It isn't completed, so I'm not sure that I can today. I know that we will be signing an MOU, and I know we've had significant discussions. It is a restaurant in all senses.
We encourage you to do that, sir, because to the extent that you can have an agreement with the community, all the better for us. But
No, that was the question I had that the commissioner asked.
okay. Anything else? Anything further, Mr. Hurdle?
Not with this applicant, no.
All right, on the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and the potential for a memorandum of understanding with the Mount Vernon Belvedere Association, I'd vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and the possibility of a MOU, I approve the application to transfer ownership from a contract purchaser with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service requesting off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverage for the Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on testimony materials provided today and the discussion of MOU with the association, I approve the application to transfer ownership from a contract purchaser with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service, and also the request for off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hurl. Good
I
luck,
also have
sir.
the 14th matter, if the board wants to take me out of order.
Which one is that?
5 from now. This is 307 to 11 West Madison Street.
Let's see if I can find it. Okay, that's fine.
What's the number?
Number 14?
Number 14.
Yes, please.
Would you like that to be
Fine.
called, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, you can call it, please.
Sure. Going out of order to call case number 14, no trade name pending, 307-11 West Madison Street, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoors table service, requesting off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
And once again, Mr. Hurdle.
Abraham Hurdle on behalf of Oxymoron LLC. The trade name is pending at this time. With me is the sole licensee. If I may proffer.
Yeah, are you Ms. DeBellet?
Yes.
Did I say your name right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you may proffer.
Ms. DeBellet has 4 years of experience in the restaurant industry. She currently operates a small restaurant without a liquor license at the moment. Her assistant manager has over 10 years in the industry. This is another one of these clients of mine who I'm very lucky has fantastic food offerings and plans to continue that at this location. This location has previously been licensed on any number of occasions. I think it's been closed for a little while and is in the hands of the landlord now, and this is being transferred to them. We're finalizing a lease with Mr. Previs as we speak, which has been an ongoing process for some time. Again, this plans to just be a basic restaurant. They have the option to be open 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. I don't anticipate the hours are going to be anywhere near that sort of an operation. It is, for the most part, just the 2 members of staff at this time, but all people will be alcohol awareness trained and certified going forward. They're aware they have to order from wholesalers and that they can't serve anyone who's under 21. They do a lot of food kind of catering at this time as well, where they do kind of a lot of takeout lunches, things of that nature.
Yeah, I don't think they have any history of violations at this license either, so. Commissioners have questions?
No question.
No.
Anything further?
No.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of a BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment, outdoor table service, off-premises catering, and delivery of alcoholic beverages. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and proffered by the attorney, I approve the application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service, requesting off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages for the Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership from a secured creditor with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. Also request off-premise catering and delivery of alcoholic beverages.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hurd.
May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
We're going to go back in order, call the case of Curly's Liquors, 5200 Reisterstown Road. This is a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership.
522 Reisterstown Road.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
Commissioners. J.U. representing the applicant, Ms. Crystal Peoples.
Good morning. Do you want to proffer, Mr. Yu?
Yes, sir. This is a transfer between the shareholders in a company. There are 2 licensees, Ms. Maria Peoples, Ms. Crystal Peoples, and Ms. Maria Nekengurikriki. Okay, that's a very long name. So Ms. Maria wants to be out, so she's transferring her interest or shares to Ms. Peoples, and Ms. Peoples will be now the sole licensee. So there were 2 licensees, and one of the licensees wants to go out.
Okay, and is that the only change?
That will be the only change. No change in the trade name. Everything will be the same.
Okay. And how long have they had this?
Ms. Peoples has been working there 7 years almost, right? Since 2015, and she has been licensee since 2019. And I see that on the record there was a violation back in 2018, but that was prior to her being the licensee. And under her watch, so far so good. So
She's tip certified?
are you certified? Yes, she is.
Okay. And people who handle the alcohol have tip certification?
She'll make sure that all the other employees are also certified as well.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
All right, thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application, the proffer from council, and any testimony received, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license. Approved? Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and proffered by the attorney, I also approve the application to transfer ownership of the Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership of a Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Thank you.
Thank you. No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Mr. Yu. Good luck.
Eager and St. Paul Liquor Store, 1001 St. Paul Street, Class A beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership, requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages. Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of the applicants. Maddo Dargy is to my right, and Miranda Bartling is the city resident licensee. Ms. Bartling is my niece, and she works at a vet surgery establishment in Annapolis and was scheduled for surgeries today, and I request that you excuse her presence.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll proceed by way of a proffer. Mr. Dargy has been in as an employee in the liquor business for about 10 years at Maria's on Taylor Avenue in Oakley. He has been provided an opportunity through his current employer to get out on his own and purchase an establishment, and that is at 1001 St. Paul Street. At the last hearings, you had a hardship request with Mr. Yu, and that was granted, and this is that premises. He has met with the Mount Vernon Improvement Association. They have prepared a draft of an MOU. I have made corrections. The final MOU hasn't been penned, but the meeting went well, and I believe we will, in fact, have a penned.
And if there is one, will he make it a part of the license?
And we will agree to make it part of the license.
Okay.
As I said, he is currently alcohol awareness certified. He has 10 years' experience. He understands his obligations under the law. He will be the full-time operator. He expects to have 1 or 2 employees with him. The proposed hours of operation are currently 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's a 6-day license. He plans on making the new establishment more convenience and less exclusive alcohol, similar to Sam's Lobby Shop across the street, but will have, intends to have lottery and alcohol. Like I said, he will be there at all times, or as much as he can as a
Those who
human
will
being.
handle the alcohol will be certified, though?
What, excuse me?
All those who handle alcohol will be certified?
Yes, all will be certified.
Okay. There's no history of violations here, so. Commissioners have any questions?
No questions.
Anything further?
No.
All right. Thank you. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council, and with the hope that there will be an MOU with the Mount Vernon Community Association, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license with delivery of alcoholic beverages. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and the proffer given by the attorney, especially the part that say he agreed to have this as the MOU part of the license, I approve the application to transfer ownership requesting delivery of alcoholic beverages of this Class A beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership and the request delivery of beverages, and also with the discussion of MOU with the association.
Ms. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you very
Frias. Good
much.
luck. Good luck to you, sir.
2933 O'Donnell LLC, 2933 O'Donnell Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. An application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service. Please come forward.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Your Honor, Commissioner Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the
Not
applicant.
yet, did we?
Oh, it's just very good.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning. We have Marcia Koukidis in front of you today. Mrs. Koukidis and her husband, John Koukidis, who's sitting in the gallery, they have a long, extensive real property management experience in Canton, specifically in Ona, a significant swath of the 2900 block of O'Donnell Street, known as the Square. They have restaurant management experience between them and in the family. This is a situation specifically that it was Shiso Tavern before that. When I was younger, it was Cosmopolitans, but it's been an ongoing hospitality and restaurant in the 2900 block of O'Donnell Street for decades. So they had a situation, it was transferred. There was a gentleman who applied for a transfer of this license, an Asian concept, and unfortunately he bit off more than he could chew with respect to renovations, all of which permits were pulled. However, given labor shortages and supply shortages, it takes more than 180 days to get some of these things done. So the Koukidises basically removed him and amended their application to put Mrs. Koukidis as the licensee. And in that regard, they bring in their contractors and get this license, this transfer finalized quickly. So in the meantime, Mrs. Koukidis is going to only operate this establishment on a very limited basis in order to preserve the liquor license. In that regard, she will be alcohol management certified, and in those limited operations, all persons who are serving alcoholic beverages will be alcohol management certified. I did speak to Doug Kaufman, the chairman of the Canton Community Association Economic Development Committee, about these interim plans with this transfer, and naturally he said, come back when, the new tenant comes in, the full-time operator, from somebody who's going to be open 7 days a week until 2 a.m. So he had no problem with this application.
So you're going to be coming back for transfer to the tenant then?
Exactly. Ultimately, yeah, and hopefully in the next 6 months to a year.
Okay, commissioners have questions?
No questions.
I don't see any violations at this license either, so. All right, thank you, Mr. Fogelman. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and your proffer, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license with continued live entertainment and outdoor table service. Commissioners?
Based on the application file, proffer given by the attorney, I'll also approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Yes, based on the testimony materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership with continuation of live entertainment and outdoor table service.
Thank you, Ms. Russell.
No exhibits for the record.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. And speaking of good luck, based on the good fortune of Mr. Hurdle in requesting a quick number 16 on the docket, I would be so honored if you would consider that request.
Yes, Copper Mine?
Yes,
All right,
thank you
let's
very
do
much.
that.
Okay, Copper Mine, 5736 Falls Road, Class BD7, beer, wine, and liquor license. This is a request for transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705, small b.
Yes, thank you. Stephen W. Fogelman on behalf of the applicant. The applicant was unable to be here because of a family health situation. I told him I would relay to the board what's going on here. We have a situation here where inspections are creeping along. I've been personally involved in these inspections, and quite frankly, there's one agency I won't name that is really hard to get a hold of, and unfortunately, as some of the people know here, they have regions, they have areas, their own area, and so you've got to get that guy or that inspector on it. So we need 90, what's now like 80 days to go on this thing. So thank you very much for your consideration.
originally wanted to move the location, but it's not moving, is that
Right,
correct?
this is curb shop staying where it was.
Okay. Commissioners have questions?
No questions.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for your
On the
kindness.
basis of your letter of July 21, 2022, and your proffer this morning, I vote to approve a 90-day transfer hardship extension for this Class BD7 license. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and your proffer today, I also approve the request for a transfer hardship extension for the Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the request for a transfer hardship extension of 90 days.
Ms.
Thank
Russell?
you
No
all.
exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fogle.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move back in order and call case number 13 on the docket. Washington Liquor and Bar, 2501-03 Washington Boulevard, Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license, an application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Gentlemen, your names, please.
Manpreet Singh.
Yes, sir. Gurpreet Singh.
Would you raise your right hands, please?
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You, Mr. Gurpreet Singh, right?
Yes.
You're the licensee applicant?
Yes.
And with Mr. Jeter, who is a resident?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He wasn't feeling well today.
Can you tell us about this? Can you tell us about your application?
Yes,
Can you just step up to the microphone, please?
Yes, so we are 2501 Washington Boulevard liquor license, and we wanted to, been working there for the last 7 to 8 months, and wanted to, like, take over there, and
Is this gentleman your brother?
I'm the property owner over there.
Oh, you have the same last name, that's,
Yes,
okay.
it's
But
pretty
you're not
common.
related?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. And you say you've been operating for 7 or 8 months. Are you the one who manages it?
yeah, working there for right now.
Okay. And are you tip certified?
He's going to be.
I'm going
Okay. And will there be other people handling alcohol who will be certified as well?
Yes.
Okay. Because this license has had some violations. Last one was a couple of years ago, but in the past there were others. So you need to be aware of all of our rules and regulations
Yes,
and make sure that you're on top of that, especially the sales to minors and
Yes.
other things like that, and from whom you purchase your alcohol. So how many people are working there?
About 4 to 5 people.
Okay. And you manage, you're in charge of them. Okay. Commissioners have any questions?
None.
No questions.
All right. Thank you for this. It will be received. On the basis then of the materials contained in the application, the testimony received, and the exhibit received, I vote to approve the application to transfer ownership of this BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and information received today and testimony given, I also approve the application to transfer ownership of this Class BD7 beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, Mr. Chair, before I vote, I just want to ask that the application, the licensee, that you try to make sure that corner, I live in Mall Park, you try to make sure that corner of Washington Boulevard and Harmon Avenue is clean.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, so with the community. So based on testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership. Thank you.
Thank you,
Ms.
sir.
Russell?
I call exhibits for the record. Board Exhibit 1, that's that printout.
All right, thank you. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Kempton Hotel Monaco, Baltimore Inner Harbor, 2 North Charles Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor, hotel motel license. An application to transfer ownership. Please come forward.
Good morning, Chairman Matriciani, Associate Commissioners. For the record, David F. Mr. Winter and Bartlett LLC, representing the applicants.
You've been patient.
Thank you.
Who's with you today?
With us today is Norman Douglas Jamal, who is the CEO, who is one of the applicants, Megan Case, who is our resident licensee, and Carlos Aria, who is the on-site general manager for the Kimpton Hotel Monaco.
Shall we swear them?
You can, but I'm going to make a proffer. So if I may, this is a change of ownership of an existing Kimpton Hotel. It's at Baltimore and Charles Streets. The board's probably familiar with it. Historically, it's had some pretty good reviews. Some of them maybe not as great lately, but we hope to revive its greatness. Their Mr. Jamal is, well, the CEO is not going to be there on a regular basis because he has 4 hotels that he oversees, plus other property development and management that he does in the multi-state area. Mr. Oria, though, is the on-site general manager with substantial experience. He will be there on a daily basis. Ms. Case will check in periodically as the Baltimore City resident. She works for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, and they do events there right now. And this is an area that they do catering there. They're going to have 48 employees, 30 full-time, 10 part-time, and 8 on-call for banquets. They will have their servers appropriately and legally trained in alcohol awareness, certified alcohol awareness training programs. Everyone will be identified for appropriate age to purchase any alcoholic beverages on premises or at any event, and they will, of course, not serve anyone who is visibly under the influence of alcoholic beverages. They are currently operating under a management agreement with the existing management team, and so are ready to hit the ground running as soon as we satisfy all the things on the board's checklist to continue this operation. We'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Commissioners have questions?
None.
No questions.
Okay, thank you then. On the basis of the materials contained in the application and the proffer from council, I vote to approve this application to transfer ownership of this Class B beer, wine, and liquor hotel motel license. Commissioners?
Based on the application filed and testimony given, I also approve this application to transfer ownership of the Class B beer, wine, and liquor hotel motel license.
Yes, based on testimony and materials provided today, I also approve the application to transfer ownership of the B beer, wine, and liquor hotel motel license.
Mr. Russell?
No exhibits for the record.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mister, and good luck, folks.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, as number 16 was called, I'll move to case number 17.
Yes.
500 South Wolf Street. Who's here for 500? You said they weren't here? Oh, Mr. Previous represented. Okay, I'm sorry. 500 South Wolf Street, Class B, beer, wine, and liquor license. A request for transfer hardship extension under Article 12-1705, small b.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Previs on behalf of the applicant transferees. This is a request for a 90-day transfer hardship extension. We basically have everything done, but there is an issue with the sales tax reports being up to date. I've been emailing and on the phone with Ms. India Phillips from the Comptroller's office, and we're just trying to make sure that the transferor and the transferee are on the same page so that no months are missing. There was some back money due to COVID, and that's been taken care of, and now we just have to make sure that all the reports are in and checked off. So we respectfully request 90 days and hope to be done before that.
Commissioners?
No questions.
All right, thank you. Mr. Previous, on the basis then of your letter of August 19, 2022, requesting the extension and your proffer this morning, I vote to approve a 90-day transfer hardship extension for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license. Commissioners?
I also approve your request for a transfer hardship extension of 90 days for this Class B beer, wine, and liquor license.
Yes, based on the testimony and materials provided today, also the letter from the counselor, I approve the request for a transfer of hardship extension of 90 days.
Thank you very much.
No exhibits.
Thank you. Is that our docket, Mr. Page?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, it appears that that was the last case, as number 18 was called earlier. The board is in recess until 10:30 a.m., September the 22nd, 2022.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. See you then.
We are adjourned.
Hour and 15 minutes. I was timing.